Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's going on, Nuts for Knives, Crispy Critter? How y'all doing? And yes, to answer your question, I am tired of leftovers already. I'm turkeyed out. I've had about as much turkey as I can handle. That's why I'm sitting in my chair tonight. Uh, I usually do this from another seat and my table, but I was just like, man, I'm gonna sit back and relax tonight and have a good time with y'all. And yeah, I like me some deer too, deer jerky. My problem is when I get to drinking, I eat too much and I get swole up. Can y'all hear me? Cool, cool. Yeah, last time I had deer jerky, we had a little party down at the farm, and I was drinking beer and ate deer jerky like no tomorrow. And boy, I tell you what, that was the sickest I've been in a long time. Hey RJ, how you doing? Glocktard, Jordan, Mike, how you doing, brother? Tim, hey, I'm pretty happy. You guys are the best in the world. I appreciate you all. Uh, I've been doing this just to have a good time and just to share my stuff with everybody. Thank you, Colton. I appreciate that. And this started out just for fun. This help y'all? That help? I meant to turn that on. But, you know, I started this just for fun and to share my knowledge and my experience with everybody. And I have had such good people um, just travel along this journey with me, and I appreciate it. Uh, had some great guys, RJ, uh, Knife Delights, Big Red EDC, which he told me if he won tonight, he wants me to redraw for somebody else. And I told him I would. But guys like that, they really pulled for me here the past few weeks, and you know, almost got 100 new subs off of them, and I appreciate it. Thank y'all for coming. I hope we have fun. Got some new stuff. Want to talk about some stuff that I just put out, like my Microtech SOCOM. Now, I like budget knives because I don't have a problem using it as a hard use tool. I do have a problem doing that with expensive stuff. So a lot of this stuff, even though I do carry it and I do use it, if it comes down to heavy use, I usually carry a cheaper knife with me, and just in case I break the blade or something like that. And that's awesome, Crispy. That's awesome. Yeah, it's awesome community. It really is. Everybody sticks together, and just it's not a toxic community like a lot of stuff is nowadays. But this Microtech SOCOM that I got, man, I really like this knife. Yes, it is expensive, but it's Bowler M390. So that's a really hot steel right now. It's great for sharpening. It holds its edge. Everybody likes M390, and there's a lot of budget knives and stuff coming out now that are actually using some of these better steels like 154 cm, uh, Bowler M390, stuff like that. And they're getting on down there to where you can get some stuff around $100, $120. Uh, but I like my cheaper stuff. I like my QSPs. Like, just got this Osprey button lock. It's really nice. The action feels a little sticky on it, but I usually take these apart and clean them because you never know what's going to fall in them in the factory. And so I haven't cleaned this one yet. See, it's just kind of drags a little bit, but I really like the knife itself. Uh, but I'm getting into the button locks. I kind of like these things now. So, uh, RJ, this one's kind of for you, brother. Uh, I went and got some knives just for fun, but one of them I got, I really like it, and it didn't really cost a lot, but I got a Rough Rider doctor's knife and tortoise shell. If you see right here, that's a tortoise shell right there. And I really like this knife. It's single bladed. Um, I mean, this knife is pretty neat. I really like it. Um, I kind of wish it had the spoon on it, but I went and got this. Um, I like that tortoise shell look though. That's a neat look. But I also got some other fun little knives. I went and got the angry watermelon, y'all. Hey, you can't go wrong with that. This little thing. If you can't pull this out and get a smile on your face and use it at the same time, well, you're having a real bad day. This thing is just so cute. Did I just say that? It's cute. But I really like it. So not only did I get that, I went and got the stomping berry too. So I've got the stomping berry and the angry watermelon. I really like these little things. $10, at a Smoky Mountain Knife Works. Can't go wrong with $10, right? So I've got a couple little uh not so modern knives here right recently. I'm gonna do a little video on them soon. But I've really been enjoying my Hinder. Finally got me one. It's the E Knives exclusive S45 VN, not S35, S45 VN. And it's the tri-way pivot. This thing is just, man, it's sweet. But here, in saying what I was talking about earlier, this one was expensive, so I don't want to hurt this one. So I've been carrying my ZT 0562. It's expensive too, but it's cheaper than the Hinderer. So love this knife too. It's just, man, fall shutty. But I know that we all like different stuff, and I'm trying to branch out and not just do the mainstream modern knives. I'm trying to get into some of the traditional stuff. If I have to admit it, one of my favorite knives of all my knives uh, is not even a knife. I've been searching for one of these for a long time. I always wanted an original, but I wanted a new old stock. And I finally found one, and it's the M7 bayonet. This thing is super sharp. The thing about this bayonet is it is actually about 3 months older than I am. So this was made in 1974, just like I was. And that's one of my favorites. Yeah, it's a spatula. Yeah, RJ is correct. It's a spatula. Uh, so from what I understand, RJ knows better than I do. But if you look at the doctor's knife, it's fatter on this end than this end, and and it's flat also. Well, if you also look, it's not really it's not separated right there. You can't. It's real flat and smooth. The reason is they would use this to crush medicine, and then they'd use the spoon to measure it out in their uh, whatever beaker or whatever they're making. And so that's how the doctor's knife had the spoon, what'd you call it, RJ? I think it was the spatula. That's what it is. Yeah, the spatula. So, yeah, they're usually two bladed. Your normal ones are. This one's single bladed, but really nice looking, neat knife. I mean, and the tortoise shell handles. I was just like, man, you know what? I, I really like that. I gotta have it. And to be honest with you, I went ahead and I ordered the whole line of the tortoise shell. Uh, that's a good thing about Rough Rider. They're kind of cheap, and I got like uh I think it was 12 knives total for what would pay for something like this Hogue Deca. 150 bucks. Got like 12 knives. That's crazy. But now that I got this in my hand, this is the Hogue Deca. This is the Smoky Mountain Knife Works exclusive Warncliffe blade. Uh, I really fell in love with this knife when I seen it because of the red, white, and blue. I was feeling real patriotic. Still feel real patriotic. But when I walked in the store and I seen this there, I was just like, I gotta have it. And the funny thing about it is this little old man was working behind the counter, and he was a nice older man, And I was like, he was messing with a knife when I walked up, and I was like, "Hey, can I see this Hogue Deca over here?" And about that time, he let loose of the knife and caught it by the blade, and I was like, "Oh man, you all right?" He's like, "Yep, yep, I'm fine." And he's clenching his fist the whole time. He's like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And I'm like, "You sure?" And he's like, "Yeah, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm okay." And about that time, blood just started like running out of his hand. And I'm like, "Hey, man, what I need is not that important." I was like, "Please take care of yourself, because he's bleeding everywhere." And so he's like, "No, I'm good. What do you need?" And I was like, "Are you sure?" I was like, "Please take care of yourself." And he's like, "No, I'm good. I'm good." And I was like, I was kind of wanting to look at the Hogue Deca, Smoky Mountain Knife Works exclusive, and they were like, he was like, "Okay." So he reaches in, gets it, and like he's bleeding all over the counter. He's bleeding all over the freaking box of the Deca, and he's just having a rough time. And I was like, "Hey, thanks, Todd. I appreciate that." And I was like, "Hey, you know, uh, please go take care of yourself. I promise you, I'll be standing here at the counter when you come back." And so I didn't know. And I apologize if my camera wiggles. It's because the table I've got it sitting on, and my foot touches it, I'm sorry. But anyway, he bled all over the box and everything, and it was the only one they had left. And I was like, so I guess I'll take it. I had another guy pull it out of the box. I brought the box home, but boy, I tell you, that was a pretty wild experience at Smoky Mountain Knife Works. And I was filming everything when I was in there too. Unfortunately, I lost all that footage, but I'm going to do it again this year. Uh, I'm actually going to go and they have a little shop that's on the outside of Smoky Mountain Knife Works in the parking lot. And you can actually pick out your blade. You get a blade blank, and you can build your knife, make your handles, do everything right there, sharpen it and all. And I'm gonna do that when I go back this April. I go every April, so uh, I'm planning on doing that. I plan on filming everything. It'd probably be my wife that'd be filming. Uh, but yeah, it's pretty neat. If you hadn't had a chance to go to Smoky Mountain Knife Works, it is literally the mecca. Yeah, it is cool, Mike. It is. Now, I know a lot of the guys that jumped over here, knife guys and stuff. I am a knife guy and I do mainly knives, but I do unboxings of these subscription boxes if you're new. And it's just something that I like doing. I'm actually into SDI. I'm going to school for gunsmithing. So the tack pack box, I build ARs all the time. And so I just like getting it because it's like Christmas when you get them, you don't know what's in it. And so I like to do that kind of stuff too. But I'm staying mainly knives. And, but so, hey, if y'all want a really good knife from an American company. Now, this was this knife was made in China. At um, he won't tell me. The owner of Axial won't tell me, but I kind of talked to him and hinted around different companies. And when I said Kaiser, he kind of shut up. So I think they're made in the Kaiser factory, but he plans on making them here in the US, but he's actually tooling up for to do production in the US. His OTS are made in their factory in Utah. Uh, this thing really rivals the Microtech. It's the action's awesome. It is strong. But anyway, what I was getting at, the Axial Enzy titanium flipper. This knife was $189 when it come out, and I was the first one to jump on it. I like Axial; they're a good company. They're family owned, and they're a small company trying to come up. Now, one of the things about Axial is their OTS. When I last time I went to Smoky Mountain Knife Works, they were all on sale. They were selling out of them to get rid of them. Microtech had an issue with Axial because apparently they're making these at $200, $220 when the Ultratech cost you 310. And so they are the Axial, you can't really tell a difference in the action from the Microtech. It's $100 cheaper. And this is in 20 CV where the Microtech is in Bowler M390. Well, when I was there, I can't believe the employees. told me this, but they were like, Microsoft Microtech has an issue with Axial, and so we're taking them off the shelves. Um, Now, hey, I called the owner of Axial. I told him, I was like, "Man, did you know this was happening?" And he was like, "Yeah, I know it was happening. Uh, Thank you, Dwayne. I appreciate that, brother." He's like, "Yeah, I know it's happening, and I'm doing something about it." And it's wrong when a big company is trying to edge out a small company. Is Axial ever going to surpass Microtech? Well, who knows? It's up to us if we buy them, right? But for the company to, like, for lack of a better word, cock block Axial like they did, it's not cool. You know what I mean? Well, I got a Black Friday email, and the the Enzy was $189 when I bought it. It's $99 right now. So, I mean, this is a really good knife for titanium, flipper, Warncliffe blade. I mean, the action is just kind of perfect on it. Drop shutty. Well, it's being, but yeah, I mean, it's a great knife. If y'all want, go check them out. Uh, I think they're on sale until Monday. $99 for a titanium knife. It's pretty good. Now, it's not real big, because here's the PM2 right here. So it's a little bit smaller than the PM2, but this is what I call a gentleman's knife. Going out on a date with your woman knife or your significant other, and you know, great little knife. I just thought I'd share that with y'all because it's on sale. Uh, I don't I don't know, Tim. Uh, I know triaxial 10. Uh, they had a pry bar code. They were running a deal. You buy a knife, you get a pry bar with it. I think it was the Enzy, and it wouldn't take the code. And so they sent it to me anyway because I emailed the company. Um, yeah, the Axial website's where the deal's at. It's not at any uh, like Smoky Mountain Knife Works. It's actually Axial Knife Company. Uh, but if you use Axial 10, the last time when I got to the Aspen, the fixed blade Aspen, I had a code and it didn't work. And I emailed the company and he told me to uh, use Axial 10. I think that's like the generic code for the whole company. So, uh, well, the pinch bar code that I had was just pinch bar and it didn't work. But they're a good company. They ended up sending it to me anyway because I emailed them. Oh yeah, I really like the Aspen. The only thing is I'm fat ass, you know, go on say it. And so the belt clip is a little tight to the knife to me. It kind of digs in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually get some, since I make Kydex holsters and stuff, I'm actually gonna get some different screws so I can extend it out. That's bad, but I can extend it out and put a spacer in here. And but I really like the little knife. Uh, it's really elegant, and you know they don't do a lot of jimping. It's just three lines, but it's actually enough. Uh, but this little knife, it feels good in the hand. Uh, the problem is I carry it more. It's just like I said, it hey Seamus, what's going on, brother? Uh Seamus is a hell of an artist. Seamus Collins. Uh he likes to draw in books. I've never seen a artist do that, but it is really good art. If you want to check him out on Instagram, Seamus Collins at Instagram. Does it not, Tim? Okay. Heck yeah. Yeah, it's time to set up the Christmas tree. We're gonna have the Griswold Christmas out in our front yard. We ain't putting up all the Christmas lights, but it's eclectic. We got a Grogu baby Yoda that's like 5 foot tall, and then we got a 6 foot tall elephant. Uh, my mother in law just bought me a 6 foot tall camouflage Santa Claus. Uh, it's pretty neat. And then we got a 6 foot tall minion. I mean, it's gonna be, yeah, it's pretty wild. I got to get out there and do that tomorrow after I do my homework first. But yeah, I know I've been getting on to an expensive knife kick here lately. I'm actually I'm actually going back down to the budget knives, which I like a lot. You know, like I said, some of these knives, they're not real expensive, but they're good knives. Like the bird, this is Spyderco. This is the Bird Metal Art 2. The only gripe I have with this knife is the half serrations. I don't care for serrations. They don't do me no good. I ain't trying to saw through bone or nothing. So serrations really, they don't. It's not my thing. But I think these knives go for like 20, 28, 35 bucks. They're not very expensive at all. I like birds. Um, Rake, I was I was corrected the other day. I thought it was Reich that Phoenix Light owned, but I was corrected the other day, and they really have some real nice uh, budget knives. This one was the highest end rate that I've purchased. This one was like I won't say $65, but I mean carbon fiber inlay, uh, the etching work, frame lock with a a lock that locks the frame. But this thing is in Sandvik 14C 28N, I think. Yeah, 14C 28N. Really great steel for cheap. Uh, this one right here, the what is this? P801 SF. This steel frame lock. Uh, this was like 30 bucks. 14C 28N, Sandvik 14C 28N. Great knife. So I want to get back into some of these lower budget knives like Migron. They've made some really nice stuff here lately. Uh, so I'm going to get back into doing some of that. But I like my I like my other stuff. I like my Spider Co's. I really hated them a long time ago when they first come out. I just didn't like the Spider Co hole. I couldn't figure out the Spidey flick for nothing. But now, I mean, I really like the Spider Co's. I like the compression lock. These things are just awesome. And I've never had a Spider Co come out of the factory that wasn't sharp. Every one I've ever had was pretty close to the sharpest knives I've ever owned. Uh, so I like it. I like Spyderco's. I like the earlier Benchmades. I had a Onslaught. I had the mini and regular Infidels. Those were stolen. All three of those knives. You can get the Infidels still, but they've gone up to like 450, something like that for an Infidel. And then you can't get the Onslaught anymore. It's discontinued. That's a good knife, J Mills. Uh Civivi Clavi. Yeah. Oh, you got my Carter variant also? Yeah, Mike, the going gear, I haven't got mine yet, so I don't even think they've sent it out. Going gear, they've had a couple of hard months this year, that they just got their stuff out late. I understand that, El Cap addict. Yeah, so I try to stay within a certain realm of knife makers, um, but here's how I look at being made in China. Yes, the knife or the product, anything made with metal, yes, it might have been made in China, but you have to understand all that steel they're using, it's US steel. It's not Chinese steel. And just because it was formed and assembled in China, I don't really hold a whole lot against it if it's decent quality. Now in the 90s and early 2000s, yeah, everything that come out of China was junk. I mean, absolute junk. And over the years, things have gotten a little better because, I guess people complain about quality being good enough. And so certain things started getting better quality, like knives. That's right, Jay Mills. I mean, one of the best knife companies in the world. And if if you're a small knife maker or a bladesmith that doesn't have the facility to be able to do uh, OEM in house, build it in house, and it's supposed to be a high end knife, then everybody sends their stuff to Riot. Riot is one of the biggest Chinese knife companies in the world, and they make a lot of customized knives for a lot of different people. This is a Chavez liberation. Ramon Chavez is an American. He's an American knife designer, and his knives are made by Riot. Riot makes their own knives, but they also make a lot of other people's knives too. So uh, I find you just gotta weed through them. And here's the good thing about Chinese knives: they're not all of them are real expensive. Take Kube for example. I think this was the Wolverine. This is the Kube Wolverine. It's like 48 bucks when I bought it. I think it's gone up to like 60 now, but this is last year. Is like 48 bucks when I bought this knife. And Kube is a really good knife. It's cheap. And if you don't like it, if you get it and you don't like it, well, they make really good Christmas gifts. You can say, "Hey, man, I got my brother a gift already." So that's the good thing about a lot of Chinese knives. If you search and find some you don't like, you can do like I do. And when I need room in my case or whatever, I'll start going through. I'll take some of these knives and just be like, "Hey, here, you want a knife? You got a knife? You don't have a knife? Well, you want one?" I'm just that type person. Or somebody, "Hey, can I borrow your knife?" Well, you ain't getting my $300 knife, but I'm gonna give you this one. Do you not have a knife? Well, here, take this one. Uh, so that's the good thing about Chinese knives. Oh, that's absolutely correct, Todd. Yeah. Uh, I'm kind of now. I used to hate on Rough Rider because Rough Rider was kind of like uh, Frost Cutlery. If you wanted a cheap knife, you go got a Frost Cutlery or a Rough Rider. Well, something happened at Rough Rider, and they're actually pumping out some good stuff now. So it doesn't matter. Their company's got to learn, and so I think the learning curve, they're getting there. A lot of companies are getting there. Uh, I mean, this doctor's knife. I mean, it feels so nice, and it's got a good half stop. I mean, nice nail tick. You can get your finger in there good. It's sharp. I mean, come on. What else could you ask for? 14 bucks, So it just whatever you want. I understand the geopolitical thing. Uh I get the geopolitical thing at LCAP. Uh and that's the good thing about the market being like it is, there's something for everyone everywhere. And I used to be like that, but having to make videos and fill slots and stuff, yeah, I kind of had to branch out, and there's only so many American knives I can buy before I go broke. Them things are super expensive. If it's got made in the USA stamped on it, it's expensive. So uh I'm glad to see everybody here. Hope y'all having a good time. I mean, we got quite a few people in here. Uh, that's true, Crispy. We are consumers. Uh, we like our stuff. When I went to Iraq, it was kind of funny about how little stuff most people had over there. They had a old beat up car. Of course, it's in the desert. It's getting sandblasted every time a sandstorm come through. But the houses weren't real nice. Just and they were happy people. Most of them were. But yeah, we like to drive. We like to eat. United States consumes a lot. Okay, Jordan. Well, I hope your burger's good. And thanks for stopping by. Uh, he's one of my absolute viewers that comment on every video. Jordan's a killer dude. Of course, everybody, you all are killer. I appreciate y'all. I couldn't do this without you. That's for sure. Right. That's true, Jay Mills. So this summer, me and my wife decided we were going to go through and clean out the house and just throw away stuff we didn't use. And literally, it was like a dump truck load of stuff that we just threw out. It was like, pair of blue jeans that I had from 20 years ago. I'm like, I ain't fitting in those no more. I'm fat, I can't fit in that stuff. So why keep it? All the clothes and stuff, we did donate a bunch to veterans and stuff, but if it was something that it wouldn't even sell good in a yard sale, we chucked it. Oh, okay, Seamus. I appreciate it. Well, I'll probably do my drawing here in a few minutes. I don't want to keep y'all on too long. I appreciate everything y'all have done for me. Yeah, we hit 444 subscribers in a matter of about a week. So I went from 370 or 363, no, 363 to 444, about 80 subscribers in a week. That is so amazing. And I appreciate it so much from you all. Uh, I couldn't have done it without RJ for sure. But yeah, I got everything out. And I don't know what to talk about. Y'all have anything y'all want to talk about? Any knives y'all like or want to talk about? Any videos, anything y'all want to see in a video coming up soon? Um, if y'all have suggestions, I would like that because I feel like I only buy stuff that I like, and I would like to get some stuff that um, I really like. Civivi J Mills, they are excellent company. Uh, the thing about them is they got a tier for every single person. Uh, they have which is the really nice, expensive knives. Then they have Civivi, and then they have what's the new one? Oh, RJ, help me out. I think you just got one, didn't you? Sin cut. That's it. Thank you, C. Lemansky. I appreciate that. Sin cut. Yeah, they're like they're really super budget knives. It's a It's just they take less care and pride in putting it together, I guess. Uh, but it's the same company, they own all three. So I do like Civivi. I've got let's see, what is this? The Evictus. Civivi Evictus in the copper. And as you can see, it's starting to dull and get a little green. It's starting to show a little patina on the handle. I like that. Uh, and then I have the Civivi. Where is it? Well, I can't seem to find it. I had the Civivi Dogma. Oh, here it is, and it's in copper. So, oh, and I do have the button lock uh elementum as well. Where's that? I'll be darned. Oh yeah, the button locks elementum. So I really like the Civivi line. They make some great stuff, some pretty nice knives. Hey, there ain't nothing wrong with that though, Mike. You know, I got the so the knife was $200. The titanium scales were $200. So yeah, the Yohimbo too. Love this knife. Anyway, but yeah, I got a titanium clip and then titanium scales on the Yohimbo too. And I went for the lightning anodization. I don't know. It's hard to see it on this camera, but it looks like lightning running through it. It's real faint, but this camera is not real good for that. But yeah, I understand putting some custom scales on something. It's gonna cost you. Oh, really? I've been wanting to look at that, Mike. The NAFCO lander. Really? You have to send me some pictures of that. I'd like to see that with the Starry Night scales. That'll be neat. But excuse me, my mouth's getting a little dry. Well, you know, I fought it all day long. My wife's like, "Nope, nope, you've got your Christmas this year." Nope. She actually bought my Hinderer for me for Christmas. That is a kick-ass old lady right there. I'm telling you. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna give the Stomping Berry Rough Rider away. Okay. So I wish everybody could have won something, but uh, I'm gonna give away this and the Leatherman. So I've got everything ready, and I'm gonna load up the comments, and I'm gonna do a drawing. Okay. So who's gonna win? Joseph Rizzoli. Joseph Rizzoli. Get a hold of me at baldwinsurvival at gmail.com. Joseph Rizzoli. Uh, let me write this out for you. So, well, didn't think this out pretty well, did I? Do you hate when you're trying to write and you capitalize some letters and not others? And I don't know. So get a hold of me on baldwinsurvival at gmail.com or go to my Instagram at CB underscore tactical on Instagram. And I hear you, Jay Mills. And or message me on there. I would prefer Instagram because it's I, I know it would be you. So but Baldwin Survival at Gmail or message me on Instagram. I hope you like your Stomping Berry Rough Rider. This is a killer little knife. I love it. In case y'all didn't see, it has an eyeball. It's angry. It's angry. Uh, but the angry watermelon. This is my new channel knife. This is what I'm gonna be opening up all my packages with from now on, just because it's a cool knife. And yeah, the blade's blue on it, Lemansky. Uh, it's uh, blue micarta, blue and black micarta, and a blue blade. It's a blueberry, mad blueberry is what it is. So, but to give you an idea how big it is, I mean, that's how big it is. It's pretty tiny, but it's a fun little knife. I really like it. So, congratulations, Joseph. I'm gonna write your name down so I don't forget. All right. If you don't mind, I'm gonna put my big belly in your face for a second. And okay, so Joseph, you're also going to receive a package of my Quick Survive fire starters and a striker. I have a video on how to use these. Me and my wife sell these. We are dealers for this, so uh, I'm sending you a package of this and one of our strikers as well. Whoever wins the Leatherman will get a package and the striker as well. Yeah, it's a fun little knife, Jay Mills. Really is. Yeah, it is, Todd. Oh, well, so they're actually white. It's a white patty. And I've had you wouldn't believe how many people at a show when I do the demonstrations at the shows, you wouldn't believe how many people ask me, "Can you snort it?" And I always tell them, "Well, you can snort it if you want to. It's an enter at your own risk type thing." Now, I wouldn't do it, but because it burns better if you crumble it up or shave it. It just burns a lot faster and hotter. So when I'm sitting there, I'm shaving it off just like it's a bar of soap, to do my demonstration. And no, it's inevitable. Somebody asks, "Can you snort it?" That's right, nosebleeds. I'm glad you like them, Mike. Are you needing some more yet? No, Mike, he's better than that. He knows better than that. He wouldn't snort those. He's using them for what they're meant for. That's all right, brother. I got plenty. Just whenever. But they got a 30-year shelf life. They burn for 10 minutes at 750 degrees. I cook with them. You can cook with them. They're food safe, 100% waterproof. Actually, part of my demonstration is I burn them on the water. I throw them in a bowl of water and light them on fire. So they are 100% waterproof. They work pretty good. Um, we liked them so well, we bought into the company. Uh, they're $12, J Mills, for a pack, but I'd rather sell you a bundle. A 50 pack, a canister is $30 and there's 50 in them, where these are $12 for 12. And the reason why is it's the packaging. The packaging costs us. So I'd rather sell you a canister just because it's cheaper in the long run. Yeah, that's right, crispy. That's what the spoon's for. Yeah, they make great fire starters to put in like your go bag or your bug out bags because like if you do a big bug out bag or a go bag, chances are you really ain't touching it much, and see how thick that is. That's 12 of them and pretty stacked up in there. From well, I'll just open it. So this is what they look like. It's just a little patty. They're real thin, real small, and the packaging that it comes in is made from corn oil. Th- this is corn oil, so you can burn it and it's non-toxic to you. And being that it's the actual fire starter itself's not, you can cook out, you can cook with it. Means it's not toxic as well. Yeah, at least a truck bag or something like that. You may not have a need for a bug out bag, but maybe something that'll get you to your family or something. You know what I mean? Because I plan on if something happens, I'm going to bug in as long as possible until I can't stay here anymore, and then I'm going to my farm. I got 3 freshwater springs on my farm, and then I've got a Red River runs 3/4 all the way around my farm, and so there's one way in, one way out, 120 acres. It's nice. Well, yeah, I've had some of those shovels. I didn't like mine in the army, so I don't like those entrenching tools. Oh, you like climbing El Cap? You do that rock climbing? Do you free climb or do you tie off and do it? Because if you free climb, you got some titanium ones, man. Seriously. And my hat's off to you because that's something I wouldn't do. Okay. Yeah. So when I was in the army, uh, yeah, uh, when I was in the army and I had to go down the Victory Tower in Fort Knox, Kentucky, is where I was at, where I did my basic. When I did that, to rappel off the wall, we had to tire harness it. And we had to make our harnesses out of rope, I guess, so we'd learn how to do it for if we had to improvise out somewhere else. And I get up there, they make you crawl to the edge, and you crawl on your hands and knees to the edge, and then drill sergeant's like, "All right, reach up and grab this pipe and you reach up and grab this big pipe, and he's like, "Stand up." So you stand up, and he locks you in. He locks you into the rope. And so I was like, "Okay." And he's like, "Go out to the edge, Baldwin." And you got to understand, when I was in high school, we were doing a roof on a two-story house, and I fell off the roof. And so I hurt myself pretty bad. And ever since, I can't get on a house. I can't do crap on a ladder or anything without my knees knocking. But I can get in an airplane, sit in the window seat, and look at the ground. Don't get it, and it don't bother me. But I get out to the edge, and he's like, "All right, lean out." So I grab the rope, and I lean out, and as I'm leaning out, he's like, "Oh, your harness is coming loose, Baldwin. Go, 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 go!" And so, pew, 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 3 leaps. I was on the ground. I mean, it was just instantaneous, and it was like it took me a second to realize that my harness was just as tight as it was when I was up top. And that's how he gets them off the tower, because apparently a lot of people freeze up there. And if you think you're fixing to fall, you'll just go on and go. Okay. Oh yeah, it was hanging tobacco. I hated that. And they'd always stick me or my cousin Daniel Blake in the chat. He either up me or him would be in the top. So all right. So let's get into these Leathermans. So I really like the free series, the Leatherman uh, P2 and P4. This is actually the P4. This is the P2. And as you can see, the P2 is just a bit thinner because the P4 has got extra blades on it. But I really like these because you can, open them one handed. Can't close them one handed, but you can open them one handed. So uh, I like the free series a lot. And then I went and got the titanium charge. This is absolutely the best Leatherman that I've ever seen. It's got a S30V blade on it. Never seen that on one of these. Most of the blades on these are 420HC. This one actually has a S30V blade, so uh, I really like the charge. It's starting to break in better now. It's starting to flow a little better since I've got it, but it's a little thick. It's a thick boy, but I really like the charge. And so these are the Leathermans that really got me started in all this with the Leathermans. And I liked my Gerber M600 that I had when I was in the Army, but it got stolen in the Army. And hey, Tom, how you doing? But it got stolen in the Army, and so I never really replaced it. And I didn't realize how much I depended on it. Well, then when I started getting these Leathermans, I was like, How did I ever survive without one?" But I actually have, I think I gave it to my wife. I had a Leatherman T2 or T4 that, yeah, I think I gave it to my wife. Nope, no, yeah. So, had the T4, which is just a pocket. It's just a handle of the one of the multi-tools. And so those are pretty cool if you don't really want the multi-tool, but you want a few tools. The Leatherman T series, they're pretty cool. Uh, so the Signal had one of my viewers point out, you got to understand when I do these videos, it's usually really late at night, like, 2 o'clock in the morning, so I don't bother my family when I do it. And so I get a little hazy sometimes around that time. And so I overlook some things or I'll forget uh, what something's called or something. But I had a few of my viewers tell me, that because I was like, I didn't know what this item was on the Signal. And apparently, and I feel it now, this is a sharpener for serrations. So on like the serrated blade, you could just run it through there and you can sharpen your serrations. Or you can just, sharpen your knife on it too. I thought that was pretty neat. So this is the Leatherman Signal. This is what I'm giving away. Um, it has a lock right here. So you unlock it and you can open it up. Uh, it has a hammer on the end. I don't know how good that hammering would be with that, but that's considered a hammer. You got your needle nose pliers, your replaceable wire cutters. You have a bit driver that has a Phillips and a flathead bit in it. And you can also go ahead and later on, if you want to, you can get the bits from Leatherman that fit in here. Then there's a leather punch and a can opener on this side. Now, there's nothing on the other side that is actually for the uh, striker. So there's a little clasp right here. So you pull that clasp out and you can push it out. This is a ferrule rod, a striker, and it just goes back in and push it in and it locks in. Then you hold it closed, lock that. And I'm sorry if you think I'm being condescending in the way I'm talking to you or anything. I just want to show all the aspects of it if people don't understand or don't know what it is. But you get a 428C blade. Uh, their grinds are pretty good on these knives. Cliff style blade, which I do like that. Half serrated. I'm not a big fan, but hey, it is what it is, right? And then on this side, there is a saw. So it's not the heaviest tool set, multi tool, but it is actually a really good multi tool. And then you can clip it on your pack or whatever and don't have to worry about it. But it does come with a sheath. Now I'm glad Leatherman uh, switched to the gray black sheath. They used to have the gray. Didn't really care for those, but I like the black. Yeah, the replaceable cutters are a great idea, and most of your higher end Leathermans, like this is the P4. It's got replaceable cutters. This is the P2. It's got replaceable cutters, and the titanium charge. It's got replaceable cutters. Uh, some of your cheaper Leathermans, they have uh, fixed cutters, but you can sharpen them if you want to take the time, use a little file. Yeah, it is a solid outdoors tool set. Well, Tom, I hope you have a good luck. I'm lost without mine too. That's why I went ahead and started buying some, is because you know it doesn't matter how well you look out for your stuff. Somebody always wants it more than you do, and they're going to try to take it from you one way or the other. So I guess we'll just go ahead and do this other drawing. What do y'all think? Um, so we'll just go ahead and do remove winner 10. Okay. Yeah, they are, Todd. They're not real expensive to replace. And the good thing about Leatherman is they actually have a 25-year warranty on their stuff. And so, it is actually a great company because you break the tip on your knife or whatever, they'll replace it for you. A lot of companies will do that for you. Tom Weingart, he told me the other day that the Buck will replace your blade for you for a little bit of fee, and refurbish your knife too. Because I had this Buck 110. It was my father's, and it's one he carried back in the 50s and 60s, and or I'm sorry, 60s and 70s. But he gave it to me. If you can see, it's kind of got a recurve to it right here. So he's sharpened it so much it's got a natural recurve to it. I just don't like using it much because it was his. Knife is in excellent shape for the age. And we're talking about something that was packed every single day, you know. But most companies, there's a lot of companies out there that will do that. Yeah, I've heard that too. Uh Pretty fly. I've heard that myself. Well, and Jay Mills, and that's the reason why Leatherman are twice the cost of a Gerber. And the thing about a multi-tool with me is I will not carry a multi-tool if when I open it up and I'm trying to use the pliers, the handle's cutting in my hand. Leatherman actually rounds off their edges, and they know that you put any kind of pressure on this thing, and the handles are cutting in your hands. So that's why you're gonna pay a little extra for a Leatherman. Is it right? You've had the same Leatherman for 25 years, Dwayne? That's pretty cool. That is really cool. Have you upgraded since then, or you still pack it? Yeah, Joseph, the comfortability has a lot to do with it for me. So I'll pay for it if it's not going. If I can, it's an actual tool I can use without it hurting me. So do you pack it every day, Dwayne, or just every now and then? Oh, you'll like it, Mike. The Rev is a nice little Leatherman, But if you compare it to the Gerber one, I bet it's hands down better than the Gerber one. Now, Victorinox, they have some too, some multi tools that are real nice, but they're just as pricey as Leathermans. Oh, okay. You keep it in the truck. Hey, they come in handy. I tell you what, they are the handiest thing. I use my Leatherman more than I ever dreamed that I would. And actually, my P2, when we would do our shows, instead of using a pocket knife to shave the fire starters, uh, I actually used my P2 blade, and that's what I shaved with at the shows. So handy tools. That's why I'm kind of happy to give one away. I would like somebody to, you know, feel the same way I do. Hey, just because it's beat up, don't mean it ain't a good item. Let's see. Is it picking up? Do you see right there? Yeah, that's my hammer, and it still works. So it is what it is. I'm pretty hard on stuff. Yeah, it's small stuff. Oh, I hate that, Tom. Well, we'll see if we can work something out, get you a Leatherman or a Victorinox back in your hands somehow. I'm sure we can come up with something. Yeah. Everybody say hashtag Tom with Leatherman. Tom Leatherman. There we go. Hashtag Tom Leatherman. Well, I've been on here for hour and 20 minutes. I think it's time to give this thing away. All right. So we've got the comments loaded up. And if it's Big Red EDC, we're going to redraw, but we'll see who wins. Good luck to everybody. Knife Delights, Tom. Tom. That says Tom Knife Delights. Well, I'll be darned. Well, Tom, get a hold of me, brother. Uh, I'll send you your Leatherman signal. Congratulations. That is cool. Now see how karma works for you sometimes when you're good people. You know, when one door closes, another will open. Isn't that correct? I hope you like it, Tom. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Tom. I thought I thought you were Knife Delights, brother. Well, shoot. I feel bad now. Well, I tell you what, I'll see what I can do, Tom. Send me a message on Instagram, CB underscore tactical. I use the same profile pic as my YouTube, and we'll see what we can do for you. Okay. Well, I'll be darned. Well, so Knife Delights, you have won a uh, Leatherman signal. I hope you enjoy. Well, I hope everybody. I'm sorry, Tom. Well, I hope everybody liked the live tonight. I'm not really used to this. This is like my second one. Hope I did okay. Um, I didn't mean to mess up the giveaway there. I was thinking Tom Weingart was the Knife Delights, but I apologize for that, Tom. I do. Uh, but I've got some stuff coming out next month. I think it's going to be pretty good. I hope everybody likes it. As soon as um, Going Gear gets here, I will put that video out. Hopefully, it'll come in the next few days. Um, Otherwise, I've got to do something for the Monday video. I actually got something done. I just don't know if I'm going to put it out or not. I'm so critical of everything I do. And then, you know, so I do my video and I don't watch it. Um, I don't watch it. So I put it off on the till the next day when it comes out. And so I do the video, I edit it, I put it together, and then I send it on. And then the next morning I'll get up and I'll watch it just like you know, like it was somebody else. And man, I sit there and I critique myself so bad. Right? I hear you, Mike. But so and like I say, I try not to do these incoherent, but most of the time I'm doing them at 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. So my days and nights are kind of mixed up. But I appreciate you all coming. Joseph Rizzoli, congratulations. Knife Delights, congratulations. And I hope everybody had a good time. I'm going to try to do some more lives if y'all want me to. I think I had some fun. Uh, hope my rocking didn't get on your nerves, boy. I tell you what, I'm comfortable tonight. I just like screw it. I had so much turkey in me, I couldn't sit up straight, so I had to I had to lay back. Uh, I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. By the way, I hope everybody got their bellies full. My wife, just real quick before we go, my wife, she's beautiful woman. She's sweet as all get out, but she could burn anything that was in a box when we got together. And so I actually started going to culinary school when I got out of high school. And so cooking is like one of the things I like to do. And I taught her since we've been together. It's taken a decade, but man, she fixed Thanksgiving this year. And I tell you what, it's one of the best turkeys I ever eat. And homemade mac and cheese. I'm telling you what, she hooked me up this year. Sweet potato puff, sweet potato casserole, uh, garlic mashed potatoes. I mean, we really had a time for Thanksgiving. Hope y'all did too, by the way. Apologize. Sinuses are draining. Anyway, I hope everybody has a good night. Joseph, Tom, get a hold of me. Y'all have a good one. Thanks for stopping by.